I was reading a book that essentially said that passion was the opposite of satiety. So I then looked it up. I said, is that really true? I mean, it spawned all sorts of thoughts in my mind. And so I just want to read the statement to you from this book. And then I'm going to tell you what I think because I see it in society. It's actually where we are today. We are essentially, kissing rock bottom with comfort. So it says that passion as the capacity and readiness to care, to suffer, to die, and to feel is the enemy of imperial reality. Imperial economics is designed to keep people satiated so that they do not notice. A lot of academic language there, but essentially, we are bored to death. We are in such a state of comfort in America that people lack passion. So, when it comes to dating people, it's actually one of the top tier qualities that people look for in a significant other is passion. Now, I'm not talking about romantic passion. I'm talking about like the joie de vivre. So an actual passion for life. Passion is magnetic. So people are like, wow, they're like drawn in kind of like the moth to the flame. But here's the problem. What people have a tendency to admire or be inspired by in a person, when they get really close, they have a tendency to get burned. They have a tendency to have no desire to be that close to them, because what ends up happening is that this bright, magnetic, passionate personality shows how gray other people's lives are. So passion gives this sign of vitality, usually high agency, somebody who doesn't need permission to exist. So this is where people get drawn in, but people don't want to stay. The same exact thing that they loved you for is the exact thing that bothers them in the future. So they may start a friendship with you, but they can't maintain the friendship with you, because what happens is you act like a mirror to them. So at first it inspired, but even with inspiration, a person has to move. And so what ends up happening is you expose them for the life that they want, but they're not willing to put in the effort for. So this is a huge problem that we have today. What a lot of people don't understand is that passion is not actually just excitement. It actually it comes from the Latin word passio, so it means to suffer. So it's not just about enthusiasm. I was reading the book Die Empty, and he asked the question, what work are you willing to suffer for today? That's what he asks himself every day for passion. I put it on my wallpaper on my computer. I said, what am I willing to suffer for today? That's what passion really is. So we have people who, instead of having passion, instead they are so doped up essentially. So we want all these dopamine hits 24/7. So we have scrolling, we have fast food, we have binge watching. So there's no space when you're sated to have passion. Passion wants growth. Passion wants momentum. Passion wants to move, but you're full. You're sedated. So a problem that I see, and it's not just it's horrible. We used to love doing things. People used to have hobbies, and we used to love doing things just for the sake of doing them, right? But then what happened? Social media came out, and all they kept telling people was, do this. If you have a hobby, monetize, make it a side hustle. Well, you know what that does? It causes a lot of anxiety in people, because you're like, man, now you're performing yet again. Not only are you performing, but now you're a product yet again. Now you're supposed to be producing and consuming at the same time. Now you can't just do something because you enjoy it. Now you feel like, man, people are going to be critiquing me again. And that's terrible. We don't need to make money from absolutely every single thing that we do. There are some things that you can just do because you love them. And those are the things where you actually sit at a table and you have a conversation, if you ever do, with a person in person, then that's where you see a person's face light up, where they're talking about something that they love doing, and they don't have to make $1 for it. If they want to sell it on Etsy or wherever else they sell things these days, then make a couple of side dollars, but don't sit there and turn it into something that, you're having heart palpitations over, and because you can't pay your bills. Just do things to enjoy them. And that's where you see passion in people still today, if they haven't gone into the cult of consumerism. But another hurtful area is that many times people have inspiration. They have something that, it bubbles up inside of them and they want to do. And you have to be so protective of this, because there are many gray and beige people around, and what they will do is they will try and snatch your fire from you. They will take a damn cloth and they will hit you with it. This is where you get people who will say, nobody actually does that, or nobody actually makes it. Oh, there's only a few of them who do. Or, yeah, I mean, I guess it's fun for a little bit, but like you got to find like a real job at some point in time. And sometimes if you have a really big dream, you can't tell that to anybody because they will squash you, especially if they see that it's something that you could potentially do. Because as I said before, it exposes something in people. And then what happens is people project their fears onto you. They also project their comfort onto you. Why work hard when you live in America and you can just, press a button? You don't even have to get up from your couch and the DoorDash is at your door. I mean, if you could just get somebody to go to the door to pick up your DoorDash for you, and you'd be living great. So it's unfortunate that in a country that has so much affluence, what ends up happening is that people die of boredom. We end up not living on purpose. We end up essentially waiting to die. So ask yourself some of these questions. What are you actually living for? Is comfortable and entertained enough for you? Are you actually relaxed? Are you really just resting? Or are you sedated? Remember that passion is not a personality. It's not something that you're born with. It's a fire inside of you. You have to feed it. It's a curiosity that you have to keep on from childhood. You have to keep that childlike curiosity. You have to challenge yourself. There's risk and reward. You have to actually cultivate it. Because if you don't, what will end up happening is you'll be killed by comfort. Not a gun, but like a couch, a Wi-Fi password, and your DoorDash subscription.
Join me on the floor and let's see what you can do. Is it just for show? Say, girl, can that body move?